The old villagers spoke in hushed voices of a tree that wept at dawn. They said it stood alone, twisted and gnarled roots anchoring it deep into the sacred ground where a great prophet had breathed his last breath. Leaves that shimmered with a glow not of this world. It was a tree that seemed to exist outside of time, untouched by seasons and unmoved by storms. They claimed no one planted it. It rose from the earth overnight, appearing in the very spot where the prophet had passed, leaving behind a legacy not of death, but of whispers carried on the wind. Years passed, silent and heavy with grief, after the prophet's passing. Then, without warning, a single shoot, slender and determined, broke through the hardened surface of the earth. As if the very land itself had been holding its breath, waiting for a sign. When it came, it grew with an urgency that startled the villagers. Within a decade, it blossomed into a towering presence, reaching skyward with a fervor that hinted at the restlessness of a soul. They say it wasn't just the tree that grew. It was a testament, a monument to a legacy that refused to be silenced. The villagers saw in its ascent a defiance of the grave, a refusal to stay buried. And as the tree matured, so did the stories surrounding it. Tales woven into the fabric of their lives, shaping their beliefs and their days. It was an otherworldly sight, a tree marked with cryptic bark that no human hand could write, that no scholar could decipher. Yet its whispers were understood, its presence felt in the very core of their beings. During prayer times, its branches bowed reverently towards the sun, as if joining the faithful in their rituals. And when the day surrendered to twilight, birds would gather, not to rest, but to circle endlessly, their plaintive cries echoing the eternal questions of the human heart. For the villagers, it was a sanctuary, a place where earthly concerns faded and the whispers of eternity resonated. Beneath its canopy, they found solace, and as the tree stood steadfast and eternal, it became the keeper of their stories, their joys and their sorrows, their hopes and their dreams. Now, legends tell of a young boy who, driven by the curiosity of youth, reached out to touch the tree's gnarled bark. In that moment of contact, he began to speak, and the words that tumbled from his lips were in a language he had never learned, a tongue that seemed to echo the ancient wisdom of ages past. This wasn't merely a tale, but a revelation, a testament to the profound connection between the tree and the spiritual realm. And as the story spread, so did the tree's influence, drawing people from distant lands, each seeking a piece of the magic it held. Among them was a woman burdened by illness, her steps slow and heavy, her eyes dimmed with pain. She sought refuge under the tree's sheltering branches, not for comfort, but in the desperate hope of finding a cure. And as the night surrendered to the embrace of dawn, she awoke, not just healed, but transformed, rejuvenated by a power that transcended the physical. The tree's touch wasn't just healing, it was transformative. It mended not just bodies, but spirits, soothing the wounds that lingered in the depths of their souls. Villagers recounted how rain in the harshest of droughts would fall in abundance around the tree, nourishing the parched earth and quenching the thirst of the weary land. It was as if the tree drew life's essence from the heavens themselves, sharing its bounty with all that sought its shade. But perhaps the most astonishing truth lay dormant within the tree's fruit. Rare and golden orbs that ripened once a year, falling to the earth like celestial tears. Those who consumed the fruit claimed to embark on extraordinary journeys through their dreams, visiting realms they'd never seen, experiencing vistas that lay beyond the confines of their waking lives. Some spoke of peaceful landscapes bathed in ethereal light, while others described visions of ancient wisdom, seeing not the world as it is, but as it once was, or could be. These weren't mere dreams, but glimpses into dimensions where the boundaries of reality blurred, and the spiritual coalesced with the physical. The tree became a beacon of mystery, pulling in those seeking enlightenment, those yearning for a deeper understanding of existence. People came from far and wide to stand in its presence, hoping to catch a fragment of its magic, to feel the pulse of eternity that thrummed within its being. But the tree was elusive, didn't yield easily to human endeavors. No chains could be placed around it, no bindings used to hold it. Attempts to study it by scholars and scientists ended in bewilderment, for machines couldn't record its full color, its true essence evading human instruments of understanding. Even shadows danced differently beneath it, refusing to conform to the rules of light and dark. There was a traveler, driven by ambition, who attempted to carry off a branch from the tree. But as he did, the forest around him shifted, closing in until he was lost, never to be seen again. The villagers, over time, understood that the tree wasn't meant to be possessed, but respected. They never touched it with greedy intent, never sought to own a piece of its magic. They simply visited. They sat in its presence, in awed silence, listening not with ears, but with the stillness of their souls, comprehending that some truths are too vast to be captured, too profound to be contained. In the heart of the village stood the tree, a constant presence, a living legend. It was more than just a tree. It was a testament to the enduring spirit of the prophet, whose legacy it carried. It embodied the timeless dance between the spiritual and the earthly, reminding all who came across its path that the purest of souls don't stay buried. They transform, they return, they grow. And sometimes they bloom in ways that resonate even in the absence of sound. Before his passing, the prophet had whispered, "Even in death, I will continue to speak." And now, with every rustle of its leaves, with each sunrise filtering through its branches, people believe those words still echo. The tree became the embodiment of his spirit, its whispers carrying messages of hope, of resilience, of the unwavering continuity of the soul. It's a tale that echoes through generations, carried on the wind, rustling through leaves, a melody without sound. If you find yourself drawn to such stories, tales that blend the mystical with the profound, then you might find solace and insight in our shared moments of reflection. Just as the tree stood as a testament to the enduring spirit of the prophet, we too can find strength in the whispers of eternity. If you enjoyed this journey into the realm of the extraordinary, if you found yourself captivated by the tree's timeless tale, then we invite you to embark on further adventures with us. Explore more of our narratives where the boundaries of reality are gently nudged, the whispers of ancient wisdom dance on the wind. As the sun dips below the horizon and twilight paints the sky with hues of magic, we invite you to join us once more.
Right. For those who find wonder in the unknown and solace in stories that touch the soul,
we weave tales that bridge the realms of fantasy and reality. Each story is a universe unto itself, filled with characters whose journeys mirror our own and where the wisdom of ages past finds resonance in the tapestry of today. With every tale we share, we aim to ignite the spark of imagination, to kindle the flames of curiosity that have always burned bright within us. So as the day surrenders tonight and the stars begin their celestial dance, we invite you to become a part of our nightly ritual. Don't just watch, participate in the magic. Let your comments be the threads that connect us, weaving a community bound by our shared love for stories that transcend the ordinary. Thank you for being a part of our journey, for embracing the extraordinary, and for finding magic in the everyday. Until next time, may your nights be filled with enchanting tales and your days with the echoes of laughter and light.